Hi, welcome to Loft 801. My name is Diego, and today I'm talking about and explaining my second favorite horror film of 2024, Longlegs. It's a neon film directed by Oz Perkins and was released in the US on July 12th, 2024. This horror thriller combines elements of crime, supernatural horror, and psychological drama into a chilling film. Quick heads up, this review will contain spoilers, so please continue at your own risk. Alright, you've been warned, I'm hopping in 3, 2, 1. Set in the 1990s, Longlegs follows FBI agent Lee Harker as she investigates a series of brutal family murders in Oregon. Each crime scene features cryptic notes signed by the elusive serial killer known as Longlegs. As Harker dives deeper into the case, she uncovers unsettling connections to her own past, including her mother's involvement with the killer. The narrative builds to a harrowing climax exploring the theme of inherited evil. Walking out of this movie at the theater, I thought it was about a 9 out of 10. After a second watch and watching a couple of YouTube videos, I realized I missed so many Easter eggs. So here's your final spoiler warning before I explain the entire movie. You've been warned. There are recurring clues in each murder that Lee investigates. Each case involves a father who murdered their family and themselves. Each family had a 9-year-old daughter born on the 14th of the month. Not so coincidentally, Lee was also born on the 14th of a month. When she tries to remember what happened on her 9th birthday, she uncovers that she was almost brutally murdered by Longlegs too. She only escaped death because of her mother, who agreed to be an accomplice to Longlegs and his murders. So who is Longlegs? He's a retired glam rock metalhead who sold his soul to Satan. Over the decades, he spent his time building dolls in the Harker family basement. These dolls were infused with satanic magic, and Ruth would deliver these dolls to families. The satanic magic would take over the fathers in the home, causing them to commit familicide. There are so many hints in this movie that Longlegs is an agent of Satan. The dates of his murders form an inverted triangle when plotted on a calendar. This is a symbol often associated with Satan or the beast. Another set of hints that show Satan is pulling the strings in this movie is his silhouette outlined behind Agent Harker in her office, behind Longlegs outside of Agent Harker's home, outside the library window, when Longlegs lays on his bed, when Agent Harker looks at her basement door, when Agent Browning dies, when Agent Harker is 9 years old in her bedroom, and finally in the reflection of Agent Carter's door. Throughout the film, the devil's silhouette becomes more visible and bolder as he gets closer to claiming more souls. Again, on my first watch, I didn't catch any of these devil appearances. I am honestly shocked at how well they were hidden in this movie, and it makes me appreciate the little details even more. This is a sinister movie because it hammers home the theme that you never know what evils are lurking in the shadows. Tonally, this movie explores the pervasive nature of evil and the psychological scars of familial secrets. The film maintains a tone of relentless dread throughout, punctuated with an occasional moment of dark humor that amplifies the overall sense of unease. This movie made me uncomfortable, and with the devil literally in the details, I understand why. Perkins masterfully blends psychological and supernatural horror, creating an atmosphere that had me on the edge of my seat. The contrast of occult practices and satanic elements against the mundane gives this movie a sinister vibe. Maikamonroe delivers a compelling performance as Agent Harker. She captures the character's determination to solve her case while also being a vulnerable protagonist. Her personal connection to the case immediately made me feel invested in her, hoping she would capture Longlegs. Thankfully she did, but unfortunately her work was not done. A deal with the devil lasts forever. Longlegs, whose real name is Dale Ferdinand Cobble, is hauntingly portrayed by Nicholascage. This may be my favorite performance of his. I was shocked at how demonic and heinous he came across as. His eerie appearance, stark white complexion, androgynous features, and rock background made him an unsettling presence. He is in my top 5 memorable horror villains of the 2020s. Honestly, it's crazy. The supporting cast, including Blair Underwood as Agent Carter and Alicia Witt as Ruth Harker, significantly contribute to the film's dynamic and intricate storytelling. Ruth is devoutly religious but is the harbinger of death to many families. It's a perversion of faith that leaves a pit in your stomach. Agent Carter is a no-nonsense atheist who can't see the bigger picture in the cases. He assumes that with Longlegs dead, everyone is safe. He fails to realize his daughter turns 9 on the 14th and invites the final doll into his home. It's unsettling seeing the magic control him, and there are no happy endings in this movie. Visually, everything about this movie is so meticulously crafted. Like I said, the devil is in the details of so many scenes. It gives me chills to think about. Perkins employs a stark and cold aesthetic in this movie, and grainy film textures to distinguish between flashbacks and heightened tension. This approach serves the narrative and immersed me in the unsettling world. The deliberate framing and lighting choices made the ordinary settings ominous and contributed to the pervasive sense of dread. The production design effectively reflects the film's 1990s setting. From the design of crime scenes to personal spaces, each location enhances the storytelling. The use of practical effects and set pieces such as the haunted doll and ritualistic symbols enhance the supernatural horror elements, making them more impactful. When it comes to the soundtrack, I have zero complaints. It perfectly complemented the haunting visuals by mixing ambient sounds and unsettling melodies. The suspense was consistent and did not overshadow the narrative or on-screen action. The music drew me into every scene. Running for an hour and 41 minutes, I thought this movie was perfectly paced. I know some people thought this movie was too slow and didn't have a satisfying payoff, but I disagree. I think the exposition was laid out wonderfully and the abrupt ending forces viewers to contemplate everything they just witnessed. I thought about this movie for a few days, read some Reddit threads, and watched some YouTube videos to make sure I fully understood this film. Turns out there was a lot I missed. It's rare for me to disagree with the general audience, but contrary to their beliefs, I think this movie is excellently sinister. Longlegs is a masterclass in atmospheric horror, combining crime, psychological, and supernatural elements into a deeply unsettling experience. Oz Perkins crafts a chilling narrative filled with layered performances, meticulous visuals, and haunting symbolism that lingers long after the credits roll. The presence of the devil hidden throughout the film not only adds a sinister depth, but also invites viewers to revisit and analyze its intricacies, rewarding keen observers. With maikamonroe's compelling portrayal of Agent Lee Harker and Nicholas Cage's unforgettable turn as the diabolical Longlegs, the movie delivers both emotional weight and visceral horror. The meticulous production design, stark cinematography, and haunting score amplifies the film's relentless tone of dread. Longlegs is an experience that challenges, disturbs, and engages its audience on multiple levels. It's in my top 3 horror movies with The Witch and Hereditary. Longlegs undoubtedly earned its place as a standout horror film of 2024, and I would recommend watching it if you like horror movies. Obviously, if you don't like horror movies, skip this Sinister one. Thank you for listening to my review of Longlegs. If you enjoyed the content, leave a like and hit subscribe. If you did not enjoy the content, thank you for sticking around. As always, I would love to read what you have to say, so leave a comment and let me know what you're thinking. Also, if there's something you want to see reviewed, don't forget to let me know and I will do my best to get to it. Lastly, if you want to see some more from me, then you can check out my vlogs linked up above or my podcast, Good Friends. Again, thank you for watching. My name is Diego and I will see you next time.